Good morning, Brett Parkman, operations with the Swan Lake Fire. Today is September 17th. Currently, the fire is 167,164 acres, and we continue to update that acreage based on more accurate mapping, as well as closing off some interior islands that are inside of the burn area. So we continue to update that. We're not seeing actual growth on the fire at this time. Going over into Division Lima, we're getting a lot of good work done. We do have a couple of crews working off the Fuller Trail. They continue to work in there, continue to mop up and open up the jackpotting of fuels. It's the heavy fuels that are all laying on the ground, stacked up on each other. And what they're doing is they're opening those up, making those more receptive to any of the precip that we continue to get. Over in the Cooper Landing, we continue to do the work around the structures. We are putting the crews in there. We are going to start removing a lot of that structure protection that's around the structures in the Cooper Landing. We're also starting to do rehab work over in the Russian Gap. We pulled all the material from the fire line construction. We scattered that where we could. We chipped it where we could as well. And we're also getting ready to do some rehab of that line in there, where we come back in with heavy equipment, and we knock down the berms. We create water bars to prevent runoff and things like that, so that we restabilize and repair what we created from the suppression impacts. Across the river, the contingency line that we put in that also runs along the power line. It's a very steep slope in there in areas. The previous precipitation made that area very wet, and the soils were really muddy, so we've been holding off on doing a lot of repair in there. We do have some heavy equipment in there, an excavator that's going to work some of those steeper slopes, help stabilize, maybe put some water bars in, so the future precip that we are expecting doesn't affect that steep slope as much as we would like. And we will try to get back in there when things dry out. Moving over into Division Kilo, we are starting to pull the hose from the Surprise Creek down towards the Kenai River. That operation's going on today. We have a crew that's in there. They're putting all the hose, the fittings, the nozzles, putting all that stuff into nets, and a helicopter is going to come take that stuff off the hill and bring it back to our helibase. We will leave a little bit of hose in down towards the bottom, towards the Kenai River. Moving over into Division Charlie Echo, today we are open from Jim's Landing all the way across to the Sterling Highway. So the Ski Lac Road is open. The upper and lower Ski Lac boat launches, those are open as well. We continue to do rehab around Hidden Lake. We rehabbed a dozer line over here, pulled some hose from there, and continue to assess these other interior lines on the fire where we're removing the hose and doing the suppression repair. Everything coming up around to the west, to the north, is looking really cold. We did recon up through the north end of the fire yesterday. We did not see any significant heat up in this area. We're seeing smokes with the clear day yesterday. The sun shining, the temperatures came up, the RHs went down, so we did see smokes that did continue to pop up across the fire area. One of the things we did yesterday as well, we removed that structure protection from the cabin, the Harry Johnson cabin up there. We did remove that structure protection. We are planning to remove around Trapper's Joe's. We did have a hose and other structure protection in place for there, and above ground gas line, as well as the wooden bridge down here in Chickaloon River. We're continuing to assess the rehab that we need to do. We're continuing to monitor and patrol our fire lines. We use the UAS to check all our lines where we can, looking for hot spots using the infrared with those unmanned aircraft systems. We did get an infrared overnight last night, and that shows us where we continue to find hot spots, and ground truthing those and making sure if there any threat to the line, we're mopping those up and keeping those things in check. We will continue to do that over the next couple of days. We are expecting precip to move in, so rain coming in later on tonight, and expecting a rainy day tomorrow. So the crews that are working on the ground will continue to open up the ground fuels and make that receptive for the incoming weather. If you have any questions, please contact the public information officers. Thank you.